The New York Mets may have lost out on Yoshinobu Yamamoto, but is there another Japanese pitcher that they might be able to sign? Well, welcome back to New York Sports WickerMedia. I'm Wa2K99, thank you, as always, for taking the time to watch these videos. So, there are a lot of my fellow Mets fans who have their panties in an absolute knot, just absolutely terrified that the Mets are not going to sign anybody in free agency, that they're a fourth-place team, they're heading for a 70-win season. There are people literally crying over them not making a trade for Chris Sale. They're like, Chris Sale went to the Braves, oh my God, where were we? If the Mets had actually traded for Chris Sale, 99% of this fan base would have been citing the injury history. But because he's going to Atlanta, all of a sudden, what? Oh my God, why isn't David Stearns paying attention? Lucas Giolito, I've made my feelings clear on him. I never wanted him here. Now he's going to Boston for 2 years, nearly $40 million total. Good. You know what, Boston? If he has a good enough season where he opts out, good on you, because I didn't want a starting pitcher with an ERA near 5 anywhere near the Mets. Okay, he has not been good for a while. I didn't want any part of Giolito. So it begs the question, the options are running out. Who are the Mets going to sign? Because right now, if you look at focusing on the starting pitching, that's what we're going to look at today. If you look at the starting rotation, the Mets have Kodai Senga, Jose Quintana, Adrian Hauser. They signed Luis Severino, and then you've got the Tyler McGills and the Joey Lucchese's and those like fringe guys. David Peterson, of course, will be out for at least the first half of the season with a hip injury. So the Mets clearly need at least one more starting pitcher, potentially two. I'm pretty much at peace that unless they make a trade, they're not going to have an ace. But I could deal with a rotation of solid number 2s, number 3s, guys like that. You don't necessarily need an ace to be a great team, but you better have some reliability, and you better have some pitchers who can, eat some innings and get some, and play well against the best competition. So now, a lot of us wanted Yamamoto. He obviously signs with the Dodgers because everybody signs with the Dodgers. They may be signing me to a contract at this point. I don't know. I won't cost that much money, but But now, the new Japanese pitcher that teams are looking at is Shota Imanaga. Now, he's going to be visiting with MLB teams during the first week of January. So I thought we did a little profile on Yamamoto in the past. So I figured we'd come on here and talk a little bit about Imanaga, what he has to offer, and what he can give a major league team. Okay, so he's 5'10", 190 pounds. He is a lefty. And looking at his pitching motion, he has that really high leg kick with his right leg and drops low with the left leg to create his power. So with his pitch arsenal, here's what he can do. He's got a fastball, averages about 92 to 93 miles an hour. He can get up to 96 if he really wants to. But what's good about the fastball, it has some rising action on it. This one has major league teams intrigued because you may not be the hardest thrower out there, but if you can get your pitches to move a little bit, that is what can create the difference. That is what can get hitters out. Now, when Imanaga threw this pitch in 2023 in Japan, he threw it for a strike 74% of the time, got a swinging strike rate of 12%, so that's pretty good for a fastball. He also throws a split changeup, a rare curveball, and a slider. Now, I want to talk about the slider for just a moment. So that slider is the main weapon against the lefties. He throws it in the low 80s, and it generated swings and misses 40% of the time last year. So that is a really good pitch. If he's looking for a strikeout, that slider can get it, especially against a lefty. Now, that 40% swing and miss rate, just for perspective, that would rank him in the top 10 among major league lefties last season. Better than Clayton Kershaw, for instance. Okay, so he's not overpowering, but he has good command, and he has enough pitches in his arsenal to where he knows how to get batters out, excuse me. Now, for his stats, his career ERA is 3.18 with 1,021 strikeouts, just 280 walks, over 165 starts. He's pitched over 1,000 innings, so that's a little over 6 innings per start. This past year, with his team, the Bay Stars in Japan, he made 22 starts, had a 2.80 ERA, 174 strikeouts, and 24 walks in 148 innings. Pretty good numbers. So you can tell he has very, very good command with that strikeout to walk ratio, nearly 7-1, really. So what kind of a contract might Imanaga be getting? Well, his projected average value is somewhere in the $13 to $16 million range, maybe about 4 to 5 years. Here's the concerns with him. He's never thrown more than 170 innings in a season, and he's averaged about 155 innings over the last 3 years. Now, in fairness, Kodai Senga had never pitched more than 150 innings in Japan, but he threw 166 this year for the Mets. So very possibly Imanaga can do the same thing. The other concern I've got with him is he is a fly ball pitcher, okay? With his batted balls, 2/3 of them go into the air. And last year, he surrendered 16 home runs in 159 innings in 2023. So he's a little bit prone to the home run ball. So it's like a little bit like Max Scherzer. Like, you know, he has good command, but when he misses, it can get hit out. However, almost all of those home runs, I think 13 or 14 of them were solo shots. You know, so I could deal with a solo home run a game as long as the offense has scored enough runs as well. So Imanaga, to me, looks as a very good middle-of-the-rotation pitcher. I think about $15 million a year would be more than fair. You know, maybe at 30 years old, you know, I'm fine with giving him maybe 5 years, but I don't think I would go more than that in particular. But the Mets are at a point where they need to sign a reliable starting pitcher. They already have one reclamation project in Luis Severino for 1 year. You need to bring in somebody who is reliable. Now, Jordan Montgomery is who I would personally want. I want him more than Blake Snell on this team. But I don't think the Mets are going to sign both Montgomery and Imanaga, but I definitely want one of them. All right, well, those are my thoughts on Shota Imanaga. Let me know your thoughts. Is this a pitcher you would like to see the Mets acquire? Put your thoughts down there in the comments. Or if you're a fan of another team, let me know who that is and if you want them to sign Imanaga as well. Well, thanks everybody for watching. I appreciate everybody's support. Please like and subscribe. We're so close to 800, guys. So close to 800. I can't wait to get there. But thank you everybody for watching. We'll see you right back here with more content from you know where, the Wicker Chair.